Okay, let's see. Okay, Facebook looks to be going. Okay, Instagram is going, YouTube is going. Okay, so they're all going there. So let me come back to my, to this one. Bear with me just a second, guys. As usual, my computer decided to be a problem. Bear with me. I'm trying to get to. Here we go. This will work. Go live on Facebook. I just want to make sure it starts. Okay, so Facebook is telling me I'm live. Instagram is live. Instagram has a terrible picture of my face, but that's okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're live. I don't know how long we're going to stay live, but we're live, so let's keep our fingers crossed it all works. Couple cool things I want to talk about today. A lot of Disney, but we're always a little Disney heavy here, to be fair. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin opened back up this week. There are new and improved targets. The new blasters assign you a color. Every car has a green one and a red one. So that way you can also see, you have a better idea of whether you hit the target or not. And if the target is lighting up, that's a good time to hit it. If it's lighting up white, that's good. If it's lighting up rainbow, which I understand from my research some of them do, that's even better. And they calculate how many of those you hit before they determine your final score. So I think there's a little more to it. Accuracy and consistency seem to push things in the right direction when you're on it now. So I haven't ridden the new one, but it looks really, really cool. If you get there to check it out before I do, let me know what you think. Speaking of rides reopening, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad will reopen the first week of May. I believe it's the 3rd, don't quote me on that, but it's the first week. There's a new Rainbow Cavern, and the track system and the trains have been updated. So while you're still they were careful to preserve the Big Thunder feel. They are some newer trains and newer track, and I'm sure there are some great features built into that system. I know that they tend to sometimes have issues. And I've been there sometimes where one track is running and the other track isn't. I think that's rare. That only happened to me once, but it did happen. So just to be honest, that's happened in the past. I don't expect much of that for the near future, since we're doing new trains and new tracks. And we have that great Rainbow Cavern. I'm not sure where on the ride it is, but it's there. So again, if you get there before I do, tell me where it is so I can be ready for it. Something else that you may or may not, I'm trying not to cough, sorry. I should have had a drink before I came on, but too late now. I'm here, so I'm just going to power through. Because that's what you do. It's like a Disney park day, you just rest your feet and power on to the next ride. VIP tours. This is something you may not even know that Disney does, or maybe you've been in the parks and you've seen a cast member in a VIP outfit, which is usually navy blue pants or skirt and a plaid vest. You can book a VIP tour for your family. They will pick you up at your resort in the morning. You'll go to all the parks that are on your list. They will keep the rides you like and don't like in mind. They can't make the lines disappear, but you do usually get a shorter wait because you're part of the VIP tour. There's often meals or at least mealtime included, and you get picked up at your door, your resort. You get taken to your first park. You have resort to park, personalized transportation. You'll also use that same vehicle to go from park to park throughout the day, and then that vehicle will take you back to your resort at the end of your tour. So, um, or I think they can, at the end of your tour, they can, there are a couple options you have, but one of the options is going back to the resort. Um, this is something your travel advisor can very easily add to your trip, that being me. Um, they are really cool. I've never done a VIP tour. I did do, years ago, I did Keys to the Kingdom in Magic Kingdom, and we got to ride some of the rides that we learned about as part of that. And yeah, they just kind of put you in the, you have to wait a little bit, but it's for us, it was a short wait. And they try to make it as short as they can, but you don't get to jump right to the front of the line. Just want to be totally clear about that. There's no frontsies, super frontsies. You do get a shorter wait, but you are going to have a little bit of a wait. But they'll keep you together. Um, they answer any questions you have, and they will make sure that you get your must-do rides in. Now they do have a better feel for crowds and parks and wait times and stuff. So I think you give them, the list of what you want. There's conversations and such ahead of time, and they will make sure that they check off everything on your list, but they might not do it in the order you expect. Um, just to be fair. Well, you guys can't see my ears. I know my monitor decided to flip out. So I'm doing this from a different monitor. So it's a little different, but we're getting it done today. I'm so happy it's finally working again. Um, so let me review a couple of the other great things that are going on. It's butterbeer season at Universal. So they have, and each Harry Potter area has a different butterbeer item. There's butterbeer ice cream, there's butterbeer waffles, there's butterbeer crepes. Um, there's, of course, the typical frozen butterbeer and cold butterbeer and warm butterbeer. And there's also, I believe, butterbeer fudge this year. They try to add a couple new things each year. I know the waffle is new. I've seen butterbeer fudge. And I want to say they have something else. For those of us who are not traveling to Universal, I don't know if you've seen it, but McCormick has decorator sugar that's butterbeer flavored and butterbeer extract. And of course, there's been some butterbeer. There was some butterbeer spring candy. There, I've gotten the kisses. I like them. There's also Peeps. I did not get the Peeps, but there were butterbeer Peeps. You might be able to find some somewhere if you get lucky. And there's, of course, the butterbeer coffee creamer and the butterbeer cold foam. And of course, we have the new Harry Potters coming, Christmas Day. We start with the first one. We start with Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone. I forget what they're calling it. But we start with the first one on Christmas Day. And I know there's a preview special that they released last weekend on Max or HBO Max or whatever they're calling it. I have not watched it yet. I've heard good things about it. So there's that. And of course, if you want to get away and you don't want to go to a theme park, because let's be honest, theme parks are not for everyone. They're great. Disney and Universal are great. They have lots to offer. They have rides and shows and good food and all kinds of cool stuff. But sometimes that's just not what you want. And that's okay. Everybody should have the vacation they want. Think about a cruise. You can do, if you want to still be in the Disney bubble, you can do Disney Cruise Line. You have probably seen a lot of the Celebrity, the new ships. There's also Carnival. If you're looking for adults only, you can do Viking, which is a lot of historical, educational, history-focused stuff. They have an awesome cruise for the Christmas markets in Europe for December. And last time I looked, they still had spots. That's on my bucket list. They also have Rivers of Light. There's that cough. I tried to hold it off, but it got out. which is cool. It's Prague and Bavaria, I think Bavaria, and a couple other places in that part of the world. I had somebody who went on that and absolutely loved it. Um, if you want to do an adult only, but you want a little bit different vibe, there's Virgin Voyages, which has fitness tracks and fitness classes and unique shore excursions, things like swimming with the stingrays, and they have another really cool one, and I can't remember it. Oh, you get to be a mermaid. There's a mermaid option for some of their cruises for a shore excursion. Um, they have all kinds of cool stuff. They have Broadway level shows. They have high quality food. They have the spa. They have those great hammocks on your balcony that you can just curl up in for your afternoon nap. Um, and I know cruising is kind of like your favorite brand of car. You're a Toyota person, you're a Honda person, you're a Ford person. So if you have a cruise line you like, I would be happy to help you sail on whatever you're happy with. If you're looking for a new one, we can certainly match you up with a new one. And don't forget, I know spring break is winding up, and that means summer is right around the corner. So if you're planning a summer trip or you're thinking of a summer trip, maybe you want to explore a new city, maybe you just want to do a family week at the beach, um, maybe you want to do a themed trip. You want to go to New York and see Broadway shows. You want to take your brother, who is a diehard baseball fan, to 3 or 4 different parks. See his favorite team play in 3 or 4 different locations over the course of the summer. We can definitely put together stuff like that. I know some of you are going to have graduates. Yes, there's going to be stuff they need, if they're going from high school to college or they're going from college to first job. Yes, there's going to be stuff they need, but why not do a trip or an adventure of some sort? You could do, if they're more outdoorsy, more adventure seeking, you could do an Adventures by Disney, where there's, things like hikes, bike tours, zip lining, all kinds of, cool stuff. And it has some of that adventure, outdoorsy feel to it. That's always an option. You can always explore a new city. You can always take them on a cruise. You can send them to the theme park of their choice with their best friend for a week. There's lots of stuff out there. But now is the time to start planning it. You really want to start planning somewhere in the 3 to 6 month window, and we are there for summer. We're not too far from being there for early fall. So if any of those are on your bucket list, don't forget, we've got the whole proposals and weddings and bachelor and bachelorette weekends. Mother's Day is coming up, all that stuff. And there's nothing better than making memories for all those holidays. Something you can wrap up in a box is wonderful, and I can help you wrap something in a box as part of your gift giving if you want. But the memories you will make are priceless. So give it some thought and reach out to me, and let's get something planned, because there's lots to do, and the places you can go, and lots of memories to make. So let's start planning them out. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you next week. Bye.